I feel strange, like I'm slowly becoming a maniac.
Me too, Bex.
I think we're all turning into maniacs.
Umbrella-holics.
We are the Umbrella-holics, and I'm your host for today, Steph Maniac. With me, as always,
Beck Maniac.
And J Maniac.
Ooh, you sound evil today.
Drink of the day, sand in the crack. After sex on the beach, you're most likely to experience sand in the crack. This mix of Malibu coconut rum, Captain Morgan's rum, pineapple juice, and cranberry juice will make you long for a hot shower or a soak in the tub. No need for a Brazilian wax, as having sand in the crack is not only delicious, but a natural exfoliant. Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, let's have a fucking much needed fucking extra double large fucking 4-finger drink.
Ready?
Ready. All right.
I don't have sand in the crack, but I have Deer Slayer beer made in Cooperstown, New York. Not that I'm trying to advertise, but that's exactly what it is.
Well, if
and where
Deer
it's from.
Slayer's listening, we would be happy to promote them.
It's the best beer that you can't buy in a case or a 12-pack. You have to only buy it single can.
And it's tall.
It's tall. It's actual pint.
That's a pint? That seems
that's a
more
pint.
than a pint to me.
No, that's a pint. It's not even
it's like
24
a deuce
ounces.
deuce.
It's not even. It's
Deuce,
probably
deuce is only
22 ounces.
That's
yeah.
a deuce deuce.
Oh, that's right.
It's a
Wasn't
tall
even
boy.
thinking-
That is a tall boy.
No, tall boy's 24 ounces.
Oh, see, Steph Maniac knows the deets on that.
So this is just an extra large dude or something.
Yeah, it's an extra large dude.
Well,
Um,
I'm drinking Tenafly Viper. You might have seen it in the movie Street Trash. It makes people melt, but I've built up a tolerance. I don't have any problems. So if the Tenafly Viper company wants to send us some as well, I'll be more than happy to take it.
And I'm drinking battery acid.
Umbrella-holics, what do you fucking want?
Hi, it's Roberta from downstairs.
Hi, Roberta.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you
Hi.
receive a package of mine by mistake?
I don't think so.
I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anything.
Hey,
no.
because sometimes my middle name, Maniac, and your last name, Maniac, confuses the delivery people.
I can see that. I can see
Jesus,
how
yeah.
that could happen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very similar.
Scary.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely look out for it, though.
Thank you. I'm waiting for a very important package.
Well, what is it?
Well, I ordered, if you must know, I ordered fresh pasta. I ordered a bucket of live snakes. Some of them are poisonous, but I don't know which ones yet. And a 27-inch by 40-inch poster of the current president of Ethiopia.
Wait, you have that too? Because we got it on our wall. He's a
We
hero.
all love him, Abiy Ahmed. He's not perfect, Jay, but he does it for me.
He's great.
Get it straight. He's a delight.
Yeah, I played soccer with him. He's a really great goalie, by the way.
I imagine.
Yeah.
I imagine. Well, let me know if you find it, okay? Hold on to it for me.
We will definitely do that, though, with the snake one, and especially fresh pasta. That might be bad by now.
Well, we'll see. I can't remember if I ordered the dried fresh pasta or the wet fresh pasta.
Well, I'll tell you what. If those fucking snakes escape, Disaster is not going to be happy. But we do know a guy. We know a guy in the basement.
Good to know a guy.
Yeah, he's a snake whisperer because he's a hybrid himself. He's your janitor as well. You should say hi to him. He's Snaker.
Excellent. Why did I not know this before?
Because he slithers around everywhere.
Well, great. It will be great to make the snakes feel at home when they get here.
Roberta, listen, we just learned about Snaker ourselves, so no worries there. But where do you live exactly? What floor are you on?
I live downstairs in apartment 34. Just knock on the door. There's a giant wreath from last Valentine's Day.
Wait, is that the place we hear all the fucking loud music coming from?
Probably. I've been practicing my Javanese drumming and gamelan.
Does Edna give you any problems?
Edna, well, I don't want to talk out of school, but Edna can be problematic. Doesn't bother me, but we've had words.
Yeah, she doesn't ever stop calling here, but we actually haven't heard from her for a little while.
I'm a little worried Edna's dead.
We might have to do like a checkup on her, make sure she didn't die in her apartment or something.
You know what? That is true because she would usually complain about the noise.
It's possible. I set up a zip line between our places, so maybe I'll just fly in the window and see if she's all right.
Well, maybe she has your snakes and she's cornered in the apartment and she can't get out.
I really wouldn't doubt it.
That sounds like a very possible situation. After I finish scuba diving in the Hudson this afternoon, I'm gonna get on it.
I heard the Hudson is nice and crisp this time of year.
Well,
It's a delight.
While you're out, Roberta, we really could use some drinks around here and we can't get out. Would you be willing to go get us some like Schlitz or something?
Of course, Sukasa is Sukasa. I'll
that's
get
so great.
you whatever you need.
If they don't have that,
thanks.
we want Spaten.
Sounds great.
It's what they serve at the German.
Oktoberfest?
Yeah, they serve. Yeah, Spaten. Yeah.
Do you want me to pick you up some sausage links too?
Maybe some kielbasa sounds a little good right now.
And mustard.
Sausage and beer. Mustard.
What a party.
Roberta, we live on the 13th floor. It's a little hard to access us. Explain why, Jay.
Well, the elevator doesn't stop on the 13th floor because of superstition.
Okay, well, I've been working out, I've been lifting the kettlebell and practicing my squats, so I think I'll make it. I'll bring my harmonica.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
Okay, we'll build a campfire in the middle of our house, and
Beer, mustard, brats.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
I hope we run into you at some time.
I hope so too. I'll stop by with the goods.
Gotta let you go. I'm gonna say goodbye. Thanks, Roberta.
Thank you.
Because this show's about comedy, and we're just gonna have a little conversation about funny pranks that we did growing up. So who wants to go first? What are you laughing about?
Well, I've done some funny pranks in my day.
She's done them to me. I can't remember any pranks that I've done, so I'm not really gonna be.
I might be the prank master.
Oh yeah, you've done
I'll
some
challenge
awesome
you.
ones.
Really?
I bet you both of you have some good ones because both of you have that, like, I don't know what it is about
Devil
both of you.
inside.
Devil inside.
Yeah.
Where I've done little stupid things like, like jumped out behind a wall, but like boo, like that's that's as far as I've gone. I've never done anything super extreme, at least that I can remember at this point. Maybe it'll pop in my head.
That's kind of good though, actually, isn't it?
I
Sort of in a
guess
way.
if you don't ever want to remember your history or your past.
There's a lot of things I do remember. I remember stupid things.
Like random ass shit.
Yeah, random stuff. And then when I have to concentrate on one thing and pull it out of like a memory bank, it's just not there.
Memory bank.
Yeah, I agree. I know a certain background extra's name in a fucking weird 80s movie, but I don't know what I did last week.
Yeah. I can't tell you what I ate yesterday. Well, I could tell you because I do remember this time, but usually I can't even tell you what I ate yesterday.
Okay.
Beck's gonna be
boring.
Beck's gonna be wiping both of our asses in the fucking old folks home.
Fuck that. I'm out.
When we're going, Atari.
Shotgun diarrhea in Becky's face.
All right. My funny pranks. I think my best, I don't even know what you would call it. There's a name for it, isn't it? Which is like my opus. Opus, is that what it's called?
Opus
don't know.
Mandari.
Magnus. My Opus Magnus was on Disastra.
Oh boy.
I have a few, and hers take the cake. Everything I've done to her.
Yeah, I don't think anything's
Horrible.
really beating that one.
No. So let me set the scene. J Maniac, myself, and Disastra were at a friend's home in New Jersey. And I just happened to purchase this little speaker called like a Prankatron or something like that.
Which I have at my house. I got to get that back to you.
Okay. And what this thing is every few, I don't know, 20 seconds, maybe every minute, can't remember the intervals, weird things come out of it, like child's laughter or a man breathing. And the wonderful thing is it's magnetic. So I went into the room where Jay and Disastra were sleeping before they went in. I was at the location first. I popped it onto the back of a metallic painting near the bed.
On the lamp, right? Or something?
No, it was up behind the painting.
Oh,
But the
right.
painting was like metal, so I was able to it just boop, went right on it. And turned it on and then just let it go. Disastra likes to read before she goes to bed at night. While she's in there trying to read, she's hearing these horrifying things like scratching, like she doesn't even know where it's coming from. She's just hearing it. So she comes out of the room and she's like, guys, I'm hearing some weird shit in the room. And I was like, what are you hearing? We made her feel insane because she had no idea. I pulled this prank for a really long time, but it got to the point where the homeowner was going to call the police.
She was crying her eyes out. I went in the room and I heard it and I ran out of the room.
You got so scared. And
She goes, why are you leaving me?
She was, when she was going to threaten to, when she said she was going to call the police, the homeowner, I started panicking. Like, what do I do? Because this was wonderful. Disastra was crying so badly. And we were acting like she was crazy. Because when we would go in and sit in the room,
Everyone knew, not just you. Everyone knew that
No.
you had that thing in there?
no, not everyone knew. In fact, the homeowner's brother even went into the room with me and we sat down. And for some reason, when he went in there, it didn't play. It didn't work.
It only went every like 5 minutes, right? Or something?
I don't remember the intervals, but he didn't hear anything. And I go, see, she's crazy. I don't hear anything. He's like, me neither. And the homeowner went around the house with her dog to look for intruders. I mean, this got really escalated quickly. Long story short, we had to give up the gig and tell her. I had to tell her I planted something and she wanted to murder me. But just to see how far I went, it was like this breaking point. It was like, I could tell her. And it took everything in me not to tell her, but I just kept withholding until she just had a total breakdown. And I remember torturing her a little, saying, oh, you don't believe in the paranormal, but you're hearing stuff?
Yeah.
Becky let me borrow that, and I tried it with my mom, and she kept on saying, I hear something. And I'm like, I don't hear anything. And I would just ignore whatever. And she's like, no, I definitely. And my mom figured it out right away.
She did?
Yeah, no, she's like, you did something. And it ruined the whole thing and never turned out good. And my mom's not like, she's kind of a naive type personality. So I thought she was definitely going to fall for that. And she didn't. So anyways, I didn't have as much fun with it as Becky did. But I know Becky played a prank on me when we were young. I don't know how old we were, but you lived in the DeWitt area.
The village.
So we're walking together in the parking lot and it's cold out. Becky's got her arms like tucked into her sleeves. And all of a sudden I feel this tap on my shoulder and I look at Becky and her arms are in her sleeves. And I look at my shoulder and I flipped out and ran like 100-yard dash.
She was like Usain Bolt, dude. She was fucking gone. And the craziest part is if somebody was there to murder us, she just left me.
It was so frightening to me to like feel a tap that strong and look and nothing be there and see Becky with her arms like linked together. I was like, oh my God, boom, I took off. Didn't know. It was just like pure adrenaline instinct.
Steph's leaving out the scream that she let out. I've never heard her scream like that in my entire life of knowing her. It was the most horrific, like horror movie murder scream.
So what Becky did is, yeah, she linked her sleeves like together from her jacket, which looked like arms because it was a big puffy jacket. You wouldn't know if there was an arm in there or there wasn't. And she pulled her arm out of the sleeve and she tapped me on the back with her arm. Well, I couldn't see that. So that's how she did it. And
That's pretty good, actually.
A million zillion things went through my head. My brain could not register what that was, and it was just pure fear. And I took off like
Pure
Usain
reaction.
Bolt.
Yeah. You ran real fast.
I was like, Flo Joe. I probably would have won that race.
Feet don't fail me now.
Yeah.
What about you, Jay?
I'm just going to rattle off some crazy shit I did. And we were pranksters as fuck. Like anything for a laugh, basically, like the name of our show. We used to, when I got my license, I used to pack the car with people and we would bring masks. So we would go down Erie Boulevard, and when we would pull up to a light, like let's say we pulled up to a light and there's a car to the right of us. As soon as we pulled to the stoplight, we'd throw the masks on and all of us would look at the next driver to the right and just stare at him. And they would like do a double take and like get all worried and shit. And we would just keep looking at him. And then I would drive off while I'm looking at him. You know?
What kind of masks were they?
They were like, they were these weird dollar store masks that were kind of like for little kids. So they barely fit on our face, but they were all weird looking.
Were they like the Strangers masks in the movie The Strangers?
They looked like that plastic mask that we used to get at Halloween, but like just a random ghoul. Like it was just, I couldn't even tell you what was on
a generic dollar store ghoul.
Which kind of made them freakier. I wish we still had those masks, man, because they were quite scary.
You remember the clear mask with like the red
the
cheeks?
Makeup on it? Yeah.
Oh, those were creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, bank
That would be
robbers love
scary.
those ones.
Yes.
Yeah. My worst prank, I think, was getting my friend. Remember how I got you a scratch off last episode and you thought it was fake?
Yes.
Well, we actually did that. We bought 2 regular ones and we put the fake one in the middle. Me and Uncle, my friend Uncle that we call Uncle, we're sitting there watching him scratch the first one, nothing. And then the second one he scratches, looks up, scratches again, and then he starts shaking. And he goes, dudes, I just won 25 fucking grand. He calls up his mom.
Oh my God.
And his mom, I can hear his mom on the phone and she starts crying and Rick's going, he's shaking, he's trembling. So we we keep going in the room.
I can't believe you didn't stop this right away.
Well, I would have, but Uncle, we went into the room for a conference in my bedroom, and I go, when do we stop this? He goes, keep it going. So we kept it
so
going.
he's like me with disaster. I just want to keep it going.
And when we let him know it was fake, he just sat back in the chair like the rebels blew up the Death Star and Return of the Jedi, and Admiral Akbar sat back like all tired.
Defeated.
Yeah, he was just tired. He's like, okay, this is done. And we moved on. There was a certain point where we were getting pineapples from their fireworks. They're about the size of when you're done with the toilet paper,
Yeah.
It's like that big. And they were $2 each. So we figured out a way that you can take a cigarette, and the wick was really hard because it was waterproof. So it was really hard. You can stick the wick halfway in the cigarette and just put the fucking bomb anywhere you want. And like 3 minutes later, it would go off. So I remember putting a timer. So I put one up on top of the hill. We run back into my house and my mom is right there. And she's like, why are you breathing heavy? What's going on? You're up to And she looks right at me and she goes, I know you fucking did it. I'm like, Mom, I'm right here. How did I do it? Tell me how I did it. She knew it was me.
Well, Jay, I think that's when I first met you. That's what we were kind of doing in the beginning, is just lots of fireworks in my backyard.
I remember that day. I remember bringing a shitload of fireworks.
We were sticking them. Remember, I had a volleyball net in my backyard.
Yeah.
And it had the metal tubes that the net was connected to. And you were throwing rockets down there and launching them. And they were hitting the house. I was scared to death the house was going to burn down. They were like, instead of going straight up, they would just like curve and boom, hit the house.
Yeah. Jason and I were infamous for that.
But actually, Becky's brother, Kevin, I was staying at Becky's house and Kevin had a quarter stick of dynamite. I don't know if you were sleeping
That's
or
a
what was
pineapple.
going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the biggest, I don't know what you call it, firework or whatever you call
Explosion?
it. I don't know that I've ever seen, because I've had friends that were into fireworks, and they had some pretty powerful ones. I think they call them cherry bombs or whatever they were, but they were pretty loud.
M80s.
M80s, and those
Yeah.
were pretty powerful.
Those are an eighth a stick of dynamite, and the
Yeah.
pineapples are a quarter.
Yeah, so this was a quarter, and Becky's brother had it, and he's like, "You want to go like set this off?" He did exactly what you did, set the cigarette
Timer.
We went down when she lived in the Swiss Village apartments. There was a trail that kind of cut through the apartments in this woods. So we're like, we're going to set it down over there. So we set it off the trail, and he had the cigarette there, and we start walking away, and we sit in the house. And then we all of a sudden had a weird idea, like, there's people that jog down there. What if a jogger was going through and exploded right underneath their legs? So we freaked out. We're like, let's go get it before it goes off. So we go back there. The moment we arrive at that spot, it exploded right in front of us. It was like, boom! And we're like, ah! We ran as fast as we could. None of us got hurt or any shrapnel or anything. And we ran back, and we were laughing so hard. We were waiting in your apartment, just laughing.
Did the cops come?
No one came. Nothing happened. But it was like our weird guilty conscience, like, we could hurt somebody.
Jason and I did. We climbed the fire escape to his building, and we went to the roof, and we just started setting off random shit like bottle
Is this
rockets.
in New York?
Yeah,
Wow.
right down in New York City. And we're just setting shit off. But you have to understand, when you light a firework in a city, the shit bounces off the buildings, and it sounds like the terrorists have taken over New York.
Yeah.
I'm sure you scared quite a few people. Oh my gosh.
Disastra was so pissed. She
Were we-
was like, do you remember that?
Were we on fucking, was that the night we were doing what's the shit, the drink there? That makes you hallucinate.
Absinthe?
Yeah, were we doing absinthe that night?
I have no idea, man.
Okay.
But I know, wasn't that in Manhattan too? What, I think it was the Manhattan apartment. Let me tell you, I was even scared when we set it off, because you could just hear it go. Would bounce from building to building, just echo down the hall, down the alleyways, you know?
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
So things escalated with the pineapples. There was this girl I was dating. There was this girl I was dating, and she went on a date with my other friend behind my back, so I got pissed off. So I took a bunch of my mates, and we went to her mailbox, and her first mailbox was made out of wood. So when I put the timer, we would put the timer in the mailbox and just back up like down the street so we can see it. It fucking blew up. It just all exploded. Like pieces were flying everywhere. It was a nice big ball of explosion, right? So about a week later, I go back and she has a metal one. So we do the same exact thing. And this time when it went off, picture it. Fire shot out of both sides, right? And then the thing propelled into the air and was flipping in the air and crashed to the ground and was on fire. Yeah, so don't backstab me or I'll blow your shit up.
I remember a prank now that I did.
Okay, because I got one after, but
All right, when I was little and my mom used to make a bath for me to do my whatever nightly bath, I used to fake my death in the bath. I used to just float in the water. If I knew she was coming, I would
like
just
you drowned?
yeah,
Face,
like I
face
was,
down?
and she'd be like, "Stephanie," I'd be like, I'm fine, Mom.
Yeah, face down, right?
Yeah, face down,
Oh my
floating,
god.
like limbs, like
That
totally
is
loose.
evil.
I was little though. It just seemed like a funny thing to do. At the
I used to
time.
do that in the pool too, through the lifeguards to see how long, but they never responded. They just let me lay there. My prank that ended all pranks was Disastra. I have traumatized her so badly. This time was very elaborate. There was a giant storm coming into the city. It was a hurricane. I thought it would be hilarious to go to a Google Translate and get that robotic voice.
Mm-hmm.
And so I typed out this elaborate thing. This is the New York State Emergency Authority. We are calling you to inform you must evacuate all bureaus. And then I started naming all the boroughs, right? I was like, Manhattan, Bronx,
Yeah.
Brooklyn. Like, I'm just going all the way through it. I mean, this thing was legit. I fine-tuned it. I called. I knew she wouldn't answer because Disastra never answers. And I knew it was going to go on her answering machine. So it was perfect. I cue it up. I play it. I've got the phone right near the computer speaker and I'm playing it. And it sounds so legit. Now, I don't know what's the aftermath is because at this point I had blocked my number so that she couldn't see it. Just said like unavailable or unknown call. So 10-15 minutes later, I get a call from Disastra and she's like, did you just call and leave me a message saying there was an emergency evacuation? And I was like, no. Why? What's going on? And she's like, you better not be lying to me. I will fucking hate you forever. She called her sister. She called everyone. Did you get the emergency evacuation announcement? So I ended up eventually fessing up, but she did not talk to me for like a week. She actually was so pissed because she was horrified that she fired me.
No 2-week notice either, just bam.
No, you're fired. And so that was it. That was my last prank I pulled.
Remember the last episode where I said, are we going to hell? I think we just answered that question.
Oh, for sure.
We are you.
Brellaholics, what do you want?
Hi, my name is Luca.
Luca?
Yeah, I live on the 2nd floor.
You do?
I live upstairs from you.
Not really. We're on the 13th. Yeah, I think I've seen you before.
And of course, the Schlitz.
The Schlitz? The Schlitz.
The Schlitz.
There's just one Schlitz. Yeah, nothing else comes near. When you're out of Schlitz,
Embarrassing.
you're out of beer.
What makes Schlitz irreplaceable? Taste it. This is the most carefully brewed beer in the world.
If you like it light with a big taste too, there's only one brew that will do. When you're out of Schlitz,
Not a chance.
you're out of beer. Real gusto in the great light beer Schlitz.
Come on in.
U.S. mail.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Mark.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey, what's up, Jay? You guys got another package delivered here. Wow, this is the first time I've been in this place. Very nice. Very nice.
Hold on. Listen to it. Is it ticking?
I don't hear anything.
No, we're good.
That's good. All clear. Well, thanks. Come on in. Do you want sand in the crack? It's a drink of the day.
Oh, man, I thought you guys were referring to what I was doing last night. Sure, I'll take whatever drink you're pouring. Yeah, I don't mind a sand in the crack, but I'd like to chase it with a Schlitz if you got one.
Oh, yeah, we got one. You double fisting there, Mark?
Man, it's the only way to go these days. One here, one for the road. It's a long day ahead.
It seems to me like you're the expert, Mark. That's Tommy Wiseau, by the way.
Oh, okay. Hey, I know I'm a government employee and all. Don't feel weird about answering this, but my nose tells me that there's something going on in here. What's up?
I mean, I only got a sand in the crack. That's all I got.
Last time I had sand in the crack, I woke up in a fucking Tijuana prison.
How the hell did you survive that?
Oh, man, it's not about survival, like Bob Marley said. You got to really get into it. Deepak Chopra, I think, is a fan of saying, this too shall pass. Like that cocaine balloon that I fucking muled across the border. It passed.
Jesus Christ.
So what you been up to, Mark, man? You always bring us packages and we never really say anything to you because we're fucked up. But it seems like you're the same kind of weirdo.
Well, yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I would like to see maybe a Christmas gift every now and again and maybe a bottle of water when it's hot outside. But otherwise, I'm just kind of chilling, delivering the mail, doing my thing. I got to do the old folks home after this. If you guys want, I usually raid their medicine cabinets if you guys need anything.
Dilaudid?
Yeah.
Take a little
Bing
Xanax.
bong, hello. Xanax for Becky, Dilaudid for me and Stuffy.
Ah, fair enough, man. Let me just write that all down. So that's 200 Dilaudid pills, some Xanax, and I'll throw in a little bit of that Celebrex in case your joints are hurting you. But if you crush them down and you snort them, fantastic high, let me tell you.
Oh,
Now,
nice.
Mark, our neighbor Roberta, she's bringing us some Schlitz. You can definitely hang out with us and have some of those, but she's been complaining that her mail is missing right now. Do you know
Well, yeah.
anything about that?
Well, I wouldn't say all her mail's missing. There was a package that kind of had a little
Oh, yeah?
heavy odor to it, if you know what I'm saying. And I kind of held that off on the side, see if she was going to report it. Usually, if someone's getting something bad, they don't report it. Then I open it and bing, bada boom, I have a fucking great Saturday night.
Well, what was in it?
Oh, I don't know. I've been still holding on to it. I'm waiting for her to make a call.
She called us.
Well, then apparently I should probably open and have a good time.
Anybody got anti-venom for Mark, just in case?
Yeah, I know. You might need some
There's
anti-venom.
snakes in there too, Mark.
Oh man, don't even get me started on snakes. You got to find someone to suck it out, and I live alone. But good thing I bought one of those Flobies to give myself haircuts. I use that on any kind of snake bite. Get that venom right out.
That's actually a really great fucking idea, dude.
Oh yeah, man. I got plenty of them. I work outside all day, talk to myself. So, there's a lot of things going on in there, just thinking stuff all day. Like, well, I got nothing now, but that's because the sand in the crack really hits.
Yeah. I had like fucking 8 of them. I don't know where I'm at right now.
Jesus, I'll take another. You guys got a really nice place here. Kind of has a feel like reminds you of my summer home, man. I don't know if I ever told you guys this one, but you ever watch that movie Lethal Weapon 2?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm friends with Mel Gibson. So he comes showing up on my house one day. I live, my summer place is a trailer out on the beach. And, Mel shows up. He's got them steel blue eyes. He's got a 6er of Schlitz on him. One's already popped. He's already half downed it. And he's got that beautiful Kentucky fall haircut, the Kentucky waterfall. Oh, it's gorgeous. He starts shooting this shit with me. He's got some kind of guy with him. I thought he was a hobbit at first. Turns out it was Joe Pesci. But, we go out on the beach and we're looking for this certain seashell because there's a shell that comes up on that beach every 4th of March. That when you listen to it, you can hear God talk to you. It's fantastic. I mean, of course, at the time we were Jedi flipping, but still, what God had to say, I can't repeat here. But I mean, it was that guy's filthy.
Mark might be the most enlightened mailman I've ever met.
Well, I heard you've been seeing some people doing some shit. What's been going on?
Well, yeah. So I was down doing the venom from a blow dart toad. If you mix it with ayahuasca, takes you on a deeper trip because you're so close to death. And it was me, Bob Ross, and Fred Rogers. And we're taking this drug and we're just getting into it, man. I mean, Fred is something special. He taught me different sexual positions like you wouldn't believe, man.
What?
Oh yeah, Fred is a flexible motherfucker. And usually, I'm not one, but what, he could Ron Jeremy himself, if you know what I'm getting, Yeah. He said, no need for the wife to warm you up, Mark. You could take care of yourself. I was like, okay. That's not a bad idea. But, Bob Ross is a very interesting guy.
Hey, Mark, did you know Bob Ross is dead?
Shut up. Are you serious?
A few years ago.
Pretty sure Fred Rogers is too.
Yeah, Fred Rogers is definitely dead.
Holy shit. That makes so much sense now. Because Fred didn't appear to Bob drew him. Oh. Oh, yeah. My God.
I can't believe you deliver our mail.
Your neighbors can't either.
Who else have you partied with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not such a fan of his music, but just like Fred Rogers, Sting is into that tantric sex, And he and I were talking one time, man, and he was like, "You want to try some peyote?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, Sting. We'll fucking do some of that shit in the fields of gold, man."
What's the fields of gold?
I don't know. You wrote that.
Oh, that's Dan.
Those sand in the cracks really fuck people up, don't they?
Abso-fucking-lutely, man. And you know that when you're done with the sand in the crack, you put that in a glass bottle, man. You save up enough, and you got an hourglass.
Mark, I got a huge bill coming soon. What can you do to get rid of it?
Can you stick the mailman's head in the fucking oven like Goodfellas and say, nobody's going to Steffi Maniac's apartment. You understand?
Nah. Simply, all I gotta do is I just gotta keep them sands on the cracks flowing and a few schlitz in an icebox out front, and you'll never have to pay a bill again.
All right, Mark, we're gonna have to get rid of you.
Hey, don't worry, you ain't the first lady that's told me that. I know, and I gotta take my leave.
Thanks,
We
Mark.
Thanks.
We learned from you, bro.
Namaste.
Hey, Steph, open up your present.
Here, let's see what you got. Come on, let's go.
What'd you get there?
It better be cash. I opened up a huge, giant piece of I don't know what type of paper, brown paper.
Uh-oh.
With a note says, "Don't worry, little liver, I'll get you home." I can relate to that one. Okay. Is there a note on this one?
Be careful opening these.
Slide open quickly. Oh, great. Something's going to pop out at me. There's a spider in a box that when you open the door, it jumps out at you.
I would have had a heart attack, and I'd be no longer Maniac.
And she did not
I'm
slide it
surprised
open
Becky could
quickly.
Yeah.
She's not following directions at all.
Ah.
Oh, gosh. There's a lot in here. I feel like I'm unwrapping.
Oh, you got a big present. You got a lot of presents.
Bob Ross bobblehead with sound. Wait, there's a sound? It's got it looks like a tiny miniature calendar, but without the calendar.
It's paintings. It's his
It's
paintings.
all his paintings.
With a little miniature Bob Ross bobblehead.
I thought it said with sound. Where's the sound?
Oh, no. Do you have to push it? Yeah.
Let's make some nice little clouds that just float around and have fun all day.
Do another one.
Take a 2-inch brush. This is your bravery test.
Do another one.
Anything that you try and you don't succeed, if you learn from it, it's not a failure. You have to have dark in order to show light. It's just like in life. I think there ought to be a big old tree right about there. Let's give him a friend. Everybody needs a friend. Place for my little squirrel to live.
Dude,
Let's
do you...
put highlights in here just to make them little rascals just sparkle in the sun.
What?
Do you know what his little squirrel is called?
What?
Pea Pod.
It is?
Yeah, because I taped a shitload of episodes before they became available online on DVD, and one of my favorite ones is he would have the little fucking squirrel in his pocket while he was painting, and it was Pea Pod.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't like, we'll turn it into a happy little tree or something. Because as you know, we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents.
Beautiful. What else you got there?
Put them up there with your other bobbleheads.
Hey, one other fun fact.
Okay.
He was a drill sergeant.
No way.
Yeah,
He
man.
seems too calm and relaxed.
Yeah,
to do
he'll
that.
be a good one.
I can't imagine him being like, you fucking maggot, you fucking... You know what I mean?
I've got to open them.
Socks?
Yeah. Oh, you did that the hard way.
Oh, there was a way to open it.
Yeah.
I can't read it.
What's that say?
Fuck face? Is it fuck face or fuck off?
Fuck off.
Oh, fuck off socks. Oh, that's
Fuck
a
face.
That's a negative message.
Oh, you don't like your fuck off socks?
I would be carrying around that negative energy around my feet all day long. No way.
Whatever, fuck face.
Poop like a champion. There's a box of cereal. It's now non-GMO. We're not really sure this is GMO, but you can get it now. And it says, wow, 79% daily fiber per serving, wheat-free recipe, gluten-free, high-fiber cereal. I don't trust to eat this.
Well, you better.
Steffi's going to crack the toilet if she eats that.
Because I paid like $12 for that box.
Oh my God, Becky.
I did.
You're going to eat it then.
No, I don't have a fiber.
It's a
Maybe
box
your
of-
mom has
It's a
problem?
box of colon blue.
The name of the cereal is actually called Poop Like a Champion.
Wow.
I want to know, all right, what's the ingredients? Corn bran. This is so dark in this room. It's dark in here, and I have.
You have your
problems with my
glasses?
vision. Yes, and I have the bifocals, and they don't work.
Ah.
You need new glasses.
No,
then.
these are new.
That's it.
You got to get
Thanks.
yourself some De Niro glasses.
You got to put all your presents.
curious
I
about
can't believe
this.
you don't like your fuck off socks.
I do like them.
They're your style.
I'm just scared to wear them.
Why?
Because it's the negative energy from the F word.
What are you talking about?
I want you to keep this one though.
No, that's your Bob
bobblehead.
Ross.
Are you sure? Because say it looks good with your bobblehead collection.
Yeah, I know, but he's your bobblehead.
Okay.
Why are you trying to give everything away?
I'm not trying to give it away. I love everything.
Steph, so if you're having a bad day, you just press the button and you'll hear.
This be a good place for my little squirrel to live.
You have one
Because
too?
I got jealous and I bought one too.
Very cool present.
Yay.
Glad that Mark delivered it to me. So
Yeah.
amazing.
He is.
Zorro! Who the fuck is Zorro?
In times of tyranny, always comes one to right the wrong and wrong the unrighteous. Such a one was Zorro. It's an all-new, lewd and lascivious Zorro. Here is a Zorro with balls.
What will you do next? Next, I am getting laid.
Since this show is about comedy, I'd like to list our favorite comedy greats and legends and what influenced us from kids to adults, that type of thing. And why are we doing comedy for the show? Like, how did this...
We're fucking maniacs.
Yeah, we need to record the craziness.
But we just spontaneously did this, and it's been really funny. I've been enjoying it. We're all not professional comedians, but somehow, I think when we were hanging out as friends, we were always wanted to laugh, wanted to do something really fun. It was always in
I think
us.
there's just innately funny people that have good senses of humor, and I think they tend to, like, the same 6 senses of humor tend to flock together.
Yeah.
So, like, what I may find funny, someone else may not. But
That's
I think
true.
we're all on the same, like, this is fucked up hilarious.
Yeah.
We're the same kind of weirdo, basically.
We really are.
Like when I was growing up, my favorite things to watch were like Bugs Bunny, Looney Tunes, and I think I wanted to be Bugs Bunny. You ever like see something like I want to be that? I really wanted to be Bugs Bunny. He just seemed so clever. Everything he did and said to me was just so hilarious. A lot of the other comics that I would read at the time was The Far Side. That shaped my humor for the rest of my life. I don't know if any of you guys read Far Side.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that. I thought that was the best humor. I mean, to this day, I love it.
Nothing shaped me. I bit my brother straight out of the womb, and I probably laughed about it. I didn't look at any one character and go, I want to emulate that. I kind of took an influence from everything, like Martin Short. He would do the craziest things when I was a kid. I'd watch Martin Short on Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
Different people, and I would just laugh. I was like a jester, I guess. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's hard to nail down one comedian or influence because it's like music. It's like saying your favorite song or your favorite band. It's like, well, I like a lot of music and a lot of bands. So that's how I feel about comedy. I think we find comedy in weird places.
Yeah, there's like times where I love The Simpsons. I haven't seen it in over a decade, but when like Conan O'Brien was writing for The Simpsons, it was my favorite time. And I love Conan O'Brien.
I do love me some Conan O'Brien. He is one of my favorites. I don't know what it is, but Irish people are funny.
He has a weird sense of humor. And my brother's wife, who's, not from this country, when she saw him and she's like, he is weird looking.
Poor Conan.
I know. And he kind of makes fun of himself in that way. Obviously, every time period has like something fun you have to make fun of. Like I could look back at certain SNL that I didn't think was really funny because I didn't live in that time period, like what was going on. So there'd be certain sketches that I didn't understand as a kid because they might have been political or whatever. Later on, I would say late 80s, early 90s, my favorite part of SNL, just things like that. Eddie Murphy was everything. I loved Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he is great. I wish he would do stand-up more.
I liked Raw. I remember watching Raw.
Yeah.
Wow, that was the dirty one.
It was.
Was that the one where he was talking about like Mr. T fucking him in the ass or something?
What?
There was. He was.
Really?
Yes, he
How
did.
come I do not remember this?
I thought that was in Raw. Like he was talking about Mr. T getting fucked in the ass.
What?
Yes.
I need to revisit that.
Okay.
Because I don't remember anything.
I paid a fool.
Yeah.
He had his own fucking cereal, that dude. It was great.
He did.
Yeah.
I remember that cereal. You remember that cereal?
Eddie Murphy had a cereal?
Mr. T.
Oh, Mr. T cereal.
And he had a cartoon, too.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember those, yeah. I loved Mr. T as a kid. I thought he was awesome.
Yeah, he's great as Clubber Lang. Hey, woman, come with a real man. And that set Rocky off. You fucking, I'll fucking kill. What? Mr. T was talking shit to Rocky the whole movie, but once he said, why don't you come down here with a real man? Rocky went nuts.
What about you, Jason? You've had influence by comedy?
I'm a sick fuck like all of you maniacs, and I'm not a laugher at things that are supposed to make you laugh. Comedies for me are like Goodfellas and American Psycho. So those are the type of things I find funny. But if I had to pick a comedian that I think is amazing and kind of stands alone, I would say Carlin, because his mastery of oratory and language is unmatched. When he got older, he got really crotchety, which I just love. But I think an influence would be the Jerky Boys. So in our 90s episode, we did a little homage to the Jerky Boys. My glasses, and I slapped that shit off my table, you know. Do you remember getting the tape? Did you girls get the tape before it was released officially?
No.
Like the bootleg?
No.
Really?
I don't even know where I would have get the bootleg.
Wasn't it your cousin Chris that...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We had CDs.
Oh, it was CDs?
I think it was when
tapes.
CDs had just come out. We had the whole collection.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember being in high school in 11th grade, and this wrestler dude, Jeremy, who was kind of like a wrestler dude, but he was kind of like Spicoli in a way. And he was like, did you hear the Jerky Boys, dude? Because we used to sit in the back so we can talk. I'm like, what the hell is that? And he gave me this unmarked tape. And I took it home and listened to it. And it was the funniest thing ever. And I dubbed it, of course. And then like a year later or two, they released the CDs. And we were excited. We used to buy the CDs like on the day it came out. But what was crazy was listening to the first CD, they omitted the names, the numbers, where they lived. So when I was listening to it, I'm like, oh, he's about to say the address. And they would cut that out.
Right.
Yeah. So I remember that initial bootleg tape that was just, I would invite my friends over and we would die laughing. And, you know, at that time, everybody was doing prank calls. There was no caller ID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we used to do prank calls and shit. And they weren't that great. I'd say the Jerky Boys made me laugh harder than anybody.
They were pretty funny. I think when you're a teenager, that's like the funniest crap you could possibly imagine.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah, and it's characters. It's not just jokes, but it's the hilarity that comes from them being characters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think everyone had their favorite character too.
I'd probably pick Saul.
Who was the gay model guy?
I forgot his name.
Oh my
God. It's
God.
been so many years.
Chris Saul?
Chris Saul, yes.
Yeah. Did you talk about getting burned from his neck chest? Like you talking about trying out to be a model, and he's like, I've done runway, I've burned myself from like my neck, chest.
Yeah, back. Yeah.
Breast, neck, chest, and head.
Yeah. Umbrella Holics.
I'm calling from the bell tower.
The bell tower?
Okay.
What do you want?
Do you like Rick Moranis from Little Shop of Horrors? And Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay.
He was good in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You think he's hot? He looks like he belongs in Lambda 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 with Revenge of the Nerds. Rick Moranis is funny looking as fuck.
Yeah, I just want to cuddle him.
Well, who else you got?
What about Emo Phillips?
Emo, the comedian with Sawyer hair?
What does that mean? Sawyer hair.
Sawyer hair.
He looks like the dude at the round table with King Arthur who's serving the wine to all the fuck faces and they slap him around a bit and he stumbles.
He's slamming Caliente level 5. I want to lick the power of his siren.
I can't believe her fucking taste. She's always thirsting on people. I can't understand. I can understand Brad Pitt or Orlando Bloom, but emo fit. All right, don't break my boombox and pick up some paper towels on the way home. We can always use those. The cats are puking a lot lately.
Okay, don't worry about it.
All right, bye.
Steffi Maniac. For $2,282,001, you have to babysit Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels from Dumb and Dumber for a month. Now, they're going to make messes, they're going to clog the toilets, they're going to spray ketchup and mustard everywhere, and hitmen are coming after them. Would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah?
What?
Yes, because they would be funny to watch. It would be hilarious. That was a great movie. No, I would love that.
Wow.
I would clean up all the messes, have no problem.
Wow.
In the end, I would have money, no problem.
All right.
Steffi is really hard to fuck around with this, right?
She is. I'm just thinking of that diarrhea scene, and I don't know.
It's okay. I deal with diarrhea quite often.
Okay.
And it's not just mine.
Well, when you start eating that fucking wheat bran or whatever Becky got you for the present, then you'll all be fighting for the toilet, and that could be a little messy.
Oh, Lord.
Jeez.
What was that shit called again?
Poop like a champion.
Poop like oh my god. Okay, yours. I would actually do this one because I'm a fucking crazy person. For $3,111,612, you have to live in the Animal House frat house for a month.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, my God, that would be so fun.
Oh my, I totally agree.
Just to hang with Belushi would be worth it alone.
Throwing parties all day, it'd be glasses breaking and shit, it'd be hilarious.
Oh, it'd be great. I'd wear a toga and everything. I'd do it.
All right, I'll tell you what, next time we do this, I'm going to get really fucking evil.
All right, me too. But Steph always seems to do it. She's like, I'm not afraid of ghost children or Friday the 13th or any of that.
Steph, would you stand on the sun? $12 million? Yeah, but you'll
I
melt.
I wouldn't last to have $12 million. Yeah, I would melt. I would probably disintegrate in seconds.
So that's a no then.
Yeah, that's
the
no.
one thing, Jason.
Because I wouldn't get the money. Oh my goodness. All for money. For the love of money.
For the love of money.
Next, we're going to do famous comedy movie quotes. There's going to be no multiple choice.
Wait, no multiple choice? We got to free ball this?
You got a free ball. I'll give you clues. I'll give you time for clues.
Holy
like if I can
crap.
give you a clue, because
Okay.
I don't know if I can even figure out how to give you a clue, but but I will try my best.
So we're buzzing in to win?
Yeah, just in between both of you.
Let's go to 3 so in case we screw up a couple and she has some extras. So first to 3.
Okay.
I'm not going to say this in the way that they say it either. I'm just going to be super bland. This is not NAM. This is bowling. There are rules. Okay.
That sounds like the Big Lebowski.
That's right.
All right.
Did you get that at all, Jay? Or did you think that in your head?
I did, yeah, like near the end of it, and it was too late.
Okay.
So Beck's up 1-0.
Badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
Badges.
I know.
Okay.
Dragnet?
Nope.
Fuck.
I can't.
I'm going to give you a hint. This is a Mel Brooks movie. We don't need stinking badges. Okay.
It's that Western Mel Brooks movie.
I'll give it to Becky. It's Blazing Saddles. All right, this is going to repeat a movie that we just already mentioned, okay?
That's
it's another
easy.
quote from another movie.
Okay.
I'm the dude. So that's...
That was too easy. Big Lebowski.
Yes.
God damn it.
Okay.
Yes.
Becky just fucking destroyed me. I got a lot of sleep last night, too. What the fuck?
We are you each.
I want to ask you guys about movies, TV shows, books that influenced you the most. What do you have to say, Beck?
What do I have to say? I feel like I'm being interrogated.
This is serious. No.
So, what influenced me the most? I gotta say a little bit of everything, but there's certain things that I had to watch. Like, I loved In Living Color.
That was so funny.
I loved
so
it.
different from SNL. They were just hysterical. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's
it wasn't
great.
even Jim Carrey. Like, I thought he was funny, and I think he was like a huge person. A lot of people watch the show, but oh my god, Jamie, he's a singer.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
I think that he was probably one of my favorites, doing like the female. Who was the I'm
Wanda?
screwing this up? Wanda. Oh my god.
I think her name was Wanda.
Yeah, I think it was Wanda. So funny. And then they would do the Hollywood Squares, and he would always play. His name.
Oh, Little Richard.
Little Richard. Oh my god, they'd do the fake Hollywood Squares or whatever it was called. So he's doing Little Richard, the best.
Yeah, Jim Carrey was amazing back then.
He was funny.
He was just insane. There was nothing like him at that time.
No. And they were all like rejects from SNL. A lot of those guys tried out for SNL and they got rejected.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Jim Carrey did. I'm pretty sure one of the Wayans. Forget which Wayans it was.
Marlon. I don't know,
but I know he was in SNL just for a short time, and then he went through like where they were I think they were stealing his ideas, and that happens a lot there, as we know with SNL. They even though as much as I like them, but you end up hearing that they are very competitive, and they end up stealing each other's ideas, and
Right.
yeah.
I hear horror stories that the writers and the actors who are trying to write skits for themselves are constantly fighting.
Yeah, they said it's very super competitive.
And then you had Chappelle's Show. I like the variety stuff actually the best because you got doses of little things instead of one long thing. But I did like comedians too, watching different comedy specials. Anything that came out, especially growing up, I would watch it.
Yeah,
HBO specials, things like
that was one of my favorite.
Seinfeld.
I loved the Seinfeld.
Do you like Curb Your Enthusiasm, Steffi?
I've heard of it, and I know
you gotta watch it. I've watched it 3 times over.
I know my brother's a huge fan, but I just don't sit down and watch TV like I used to.
Yeah.
Or anything, I'm just always on the go.
What do you girls think is the best comedy of all time?
Movie?
Yeah, I think Airplane is the best comedy of all time.
They're funny,
and I'm surprised it's not banned already.
That's a bold statement of all time, though. Of all time.
It's a different type of comedy, though.
It's jam packed. It's innovative too.
It was pretty funny. Naked Gun I loved those two, which are kind of connected to Airplane.
Yeah,
definitely was a different style of comedy.
I love Naked Gun. I loved watching also Police Academy. I thought was freaking hysterical as a kid. I was like, I went every time they came out. I've seen every single one of them at the theater.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just showed Disaster Police Academy 2 because 2 has Bobcat Goldthwait as like the fucking ringleader of the gang.
Yeah,
it's just great. And then he becomes a cop in the 3rd one. Yeah, just fantastic. And he's from our hometown.
Yes.
It reminds me of Rodney Dangerfield movies. I like Rodney Dangerfield movies too. They were always entertaining.
Yes.
Easy Money.
Yeah.
All those.
I love Easy Money.
Back to School was great.
Yeah.
You had little Robert Downey.
And it had William Zabka, the 80s asshole of all time.
Yeah.
That's the one I would fight.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Yeah. William Zabka, the greatest 80s asshole of all time.
Always.
I'm your host, Liz Days, and I am excited for warmer weather on the East Coast, guys. It's gonna be good. You know what? The only thing, if I had to say one thing that I will miss about the winter, pockets. So many places to put your shit. Man, I used to have an EMS coat. Eastern Mountain Sports, not Emergency Medical Services. Don't want to confuse you. If you call Eastern Mountain Sports in an emergency, 5 guys show up with hiking gear, matching flannel, and impressive beards. And your grandfather will die. My EMS coat had like 1,000 pockets, though. I used to dare people to mug me. Looking for my wallet? That makes 2 of us, buddy. Give it a shot. Oh, old ticket stubs. Who would have guessed? Try it again. Dirty rubber bands. I mean, one more time. Oh, sorry, that's my Altoids pocket. Thanks for playing. Why don't you go mug some punk with a pea coat? I got pockets, buddy. I'm an actor. Thank you so much. I audition for commercials a lot, and I've realized that I am a huge consumer. Like, I leave auditions like, I don't know if I booked that, but I am definitely eating at Jersey Mike's. Stat! Man, case in point, after a day meeting with casting directors, I spend my time taking probiotics, enjoying Pillsbury Crescent rolls, and talking to kids about alcohol before it's too late. It's real awkward at this point. I'll leave you with a couple of ad ideas I have, guys. Some things I've been cooking up. I think Uber and Airbnb should get together so that you can pay to sleep in someone else's car. What? Airbnb Uber. Let's do this. Second idea. Okay. Anybody know any lumberjacks? Lumberjacks? No? Okay. I guess this is kind of a niche campaign. Okay. Here's an ad for lumberjacks. If you tree something, saw something. Yeah, we're gonna make billions. All right, guys, we have a great show for you tonight. I'm gonna bring up your next comics. Everybody get ready. You've seen him all around town and in some alleyways. Give it up for Floyd.
Thank you, Liz Dace, for that beautiful introduction. And thank you for having me here at The Club Fuckface. I appreciate it. I love saying that name. It just flows off the lips so wonderfully. By looking out of that audience, I can tell we got a lot of dopers out there. A lot of people like to smoke that weed, right? I got to ask this question. You ever find yourself in the situation where you're going to go out for the night? You get a couple tokes off that joint. You're looking around, man. Everything's wonderful. You make sure you got your keys on you. You got your cell phone on you. You got your wallet on you. And then you're walking out of the house and you're trying to turn off the light. And you hit the switch and the lights won't go off. You're like, what the fuck's going on? So you got to run to the other end of the house because sometimes the light switches are weird. You got to use the other light switch. You hit that light switch. The lights still aren't going off. Now you're fucking looking for your cell phone. Which pocket? Because you got 4 pockets. You don't know which one the cell phone is. And you want to call the landlord because you know that piece of shit's probably got something fucked up. And as you're dialing the numbers, you're looking outside and you realize, fuck, it's daytime. You can't turn off the sun. Thank you. But it's not just weed that I enjoy doing. Sometimes I like doing a little bit of that cocaine. And I was back in the day, I was known to be a little bit of a fiend with it. What I would do is I would take 2 twin twisted $2 bills and jam them up my nose and go down on a line like I was some kind of demented walrus. 2, 3 at a time. It's fucking wild, and everyone's looking at you, man. And like, the thing is, I was always the guy with the blow. And like, one of my buddies' girlfriends would always come talking to me, man. And one of those nights where I was on a walrus kind of high, I'm looking around the place, man. And this girl, she won't leave me alone. She's following me, man. And she's got these dark pool eyes, like obsidian glass surrounded by blue crystalline. And like, she's just talking to me, telling me about this, how I'm so creative. And she wants to write this opera about Fraggle Rock. And I'm the guy to do it and all this kind of stuff. And I'm trying to get away from her. And I'm a pretty good person to speak and talking. Obviously, I'm standing here talking in front of you fine folks, and I can say things like 2 twin twisted $2 bills without having a problem. But why can't I get away from this woman? And she's just following me, yep, talking at me. I just want to get away. And I think to myself, oh shit, Floyd, you've done too much. You're in hell. You can't get away from her. And in reality, all your friends are above you, pounding on your chest. Floyd, no, don't go into the light. Oh, that is the light. So that's my time. Thank you very much. The Cafe Fuckface. I've been Floyd. Don't do drugs, sell them. Thank you.
All right, our next comic. Pretty excited. This guy's been on Late Night with Seth Meyers, The Late Late Show with James Corden, and HBO's Crashing, among other things. Give a big warm welcome for Kenny DeForest.
Hey, hello. Thank you guys for having me. What a time. So good to be here. First thing you probably notice is this big beard I got on my face. I look like I just got done storming the Capitol, let's be honest. But that's not who I am. It's weird. My girl actually likes my beard, and she wants it to keep getting bigger and bigger. I keep thinking it's out of control. I'm like, babe, should I like shave this? This looks crazy. She's like, no, keep going, more beard. To the point where it's kind of starting to hurt my feelings a little bit. Like, I don't think she likes my beard so much as she hates my face. I think she's just looking for maximum face coverage. I'm like, babe, isn't this a little much? She's like, no, actually, I think, can you grow beard on your cheeks maybe? How about some forehead beard? Might be good. Are you familiar with Cousin It? I think that might be a good look for you. We could just make you all hair. And, it stings a little, but that's what love is. You just get torn down by somebody you share a house with until... if you guys aren't familiar with what love is, by the way, it's where you find someone that accepts you exactly as you are. And to show that, they set out to change everything about you. So that's what I've been up to. As was just said, my last name is DeForest, which I always thought was just, a name. I didn't really think much about it. French, DeForest, if you want to be specific. But it was weird. People will always find something to be angry about. Like growing up, we always had a vanity license plate. It just said DeForest, is our name. Everyone in my family had a different version. And I remember one time I was at the grocery store with my mom. We got out of the car. We were walking to the grocery store, and this woman stopped us. And she was like, DeForest, like deforestation? Like, are you guys like pro deforestation? You guys just like cutting down trees? And like, that's not something people stand for. Like, people aren't like they might be pro logging, maybe like the sweet cash, like pro paper, maybe, but no one's just like, yeah, fucking cut it down. Who gives a shit? I hate trees. I don't like natural beauty. Get rid of them. It's not how it works. It's ridiculous. I did feel even worse for my cousin though. His name is Aerosols de fuck the ozone, so he got even more shit than I did. So really difficult. I did have to walk to the show tonight. That's embarrassing. I'm not too proud to admit I got a DUI, which is not cool, I'll admit. But here's the thing. It was kind of one of those, like, I don't know, I call them like just not cool DUIs, like not playing fair. It wasn't like a man-to-man contest. Like they didn't catch me out in the wild driving. You know what I mean? I got pulled over at a DUI checkpoint, which I hate because I hadn't really done anything wrong. I mean, I was driving drunk. That's shitty. But I had my hazards on, which I think is nice. I let people know what's coming their way. And DUI checkpoints just have always bothered me. I feel like it's a waste of taxpayer dollars. You got like 20 cops at one location catching drunk driver. You don't need 20 cops at one location to catch drunk drivers. You just need one cop at every McDonald's at 2 a.m. listening to the orders. That's really all you need. Just post up and just listen. If you hear one woman order one snack wrap, yeah, she probably works the night shift. Let her go. But if 2 dudes get 6 combos, get them off the road. They're a menace to society. They are hammered drunk, and they need to be reckoned with. And also, we don't need the breathalyzers. That's another thing that's expensive. It's electronics. How much taxpayer dollars are going into those things? 0.08's the legal limit. Fuck that. Just look at the receipt. We don't need breathalyzers. Look at the receipt. 0.08's not the legal limit. $20 is the legal limit. All right. So if you pull out of a Taco Bell, you get pulled over. Cop comes to the window. He's like, license, registration, and receipt, please. You hand the receipt. He takes a look. He's like, okay, looks like we have $40 at a Taco Bell, and you appear to be alone. I'm going to have to ask you to step out of the vehicle. That is 2 times the legal limit. Medically speaking, you should be dead right now. So I'm going to have to ask you to walk the line and watch my fingers. Thank you, guys. You've been a wonderful crowd. Good night. Take care of each other. And don't drive drunk, even though you have no choice because you're at a comedy club with a 2-drink minimum. So at least throw your hazards on, huh?
And now, your headliner. She kills on stage. It's Zombie Stairs.
Yeah, everybody looks at me. I think you can see I'm a zombie. I come from the cemetery. I don't know really where I'm from. I just know I woke up. I was in a cemetery. Why do zombies prefer to eat straight A students? Because they have big brains.
Wait, just give me a double over here. Table 3. All right.
Hey, where's the bathroom?
Wait, I have another one. Wait. Why was a zombie left-handed? Cause his right arm dropped off. I want to talk about Hallmark greeting cards. People are so confused about relationships these days. You can tell just by the greeting cards. They have a whole section of greeting cards now with no writing inside. It's like Hallmark is saying, hey, we don't know what to tell her. You think of something pale. For 65 cents, I don't want to get involved.
Hey, that's a Jerry Seinfeld joke.
I fucking knew I recognized that. What's
This is
going
some
on?
copyright shit.
You
suck.
Wait, you don't know nothing. One more, whenever you are single, all you see are couples. But whenever you are a couple, all you see are hookers.
Boo!
I thought that was funny.
That sounds like Jim Gaffigan. You're like against hookers.
Yeah, shut up. Why am I paying a 3-drink
wait,
minimum for this shit?
What is this?
Me
Get
funny.
off.
Get out of here.
I'll have you for dinner later.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Goodbye, fuck faces. Let's get out of here.
Well, thanks for listening to this episode of Anything for Laughs. We want to thank all of our guests, and I want to thank Becky and Jason and myself.
Thank you to all the talent today, all the awesome comics. We got Liz Days, we got Floyd, and we got Kenny DeForest.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
They came through awesomely, and their links will be down below so you can see all their stuff.
If you need to get a hold of us, contact us at umbrellaholics@gmail.com. Remember, guys, we're giving away a t-shirt. It's a big deal. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on all the major platforms. Thanks, everyone. Good night. Bye,
Thanks.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Umbrella Holics.